Okay, you're live. Okay. Hello. It's just me. No, I'm kidding. It's Michael
Live.
too. Yeah, we're live.
All right. I'm here too.
Yeah. Sorry about all that.
Snafu there, but I think we've got it straightened out a little bit. It's when I'm not in my office, it's a little bit unique, and we didn't test this beforehand. So
Why would we do that? That's silly.
So I think we're going to start. Hi, everybody. Yeah, so go ahead and let us.
So much fun stuff in the comments. I've been reading.
Oh, we got
They've
Howard.
been figuring
Howard's
out stuff.
here. Howard is one
Howard.
Yes, Howard has a little stand in his front yard. I think he mostly does pumpkins there, things like that, because most of his business is wholesale and then through the farmers market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
we
yeah,
we ran into Howard on a plane out of
that
the
is
country.
right. That was literally the funniest.
It was the funniest. Michael stood up in the plane. He was like, Howard?
Yes.
And I'm like, how do you know someone on a flight to a really weird random place?
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, we wanted to do tonight was talk a little bit about our store and we'll hopefully give you a little bit of a tour. So we're in our 550 square foot retail location, which is inside our barn. And we just want to kind of go over a little bit about what we got in here. It's not the end product in any way. We keep making little bits of improvements as we go. But it is, it
was the biggest leap, I think, for me anyway, from taking our business, like feeling very legitimate, we're here, we're doing stuff.
Yeah.
We're no longer a bus.
And when we were in the bus to the store, there definitely was a significant income jump.
Yes.
It felt like going from the farm
labor
stand.
jump too, because we were also staffing it.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Felt going from like the farm stand to the farm store.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so I think give people a little bit of background about us. We moved here in 2015, bought this property in 2020. And originally we were going to build a farm store across the street.
Yes.
And then, because we
that
didn't
was stressful, wasn't it?
Well,
my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yes, that was stressful. We spent way too much money on that. We spent literally $10,000 on planning and zoning. So, I mean, that is something that we love when we work with folks on farm stands, farm stores, on farm things. It's always talking about making sure you have, the zoning, all those rules before you get started. So, and that is in one aspect why I think some folks love to go to farmers markets, because they have none of that to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would say is that if you do deal with it, get it taken care of, get through it, and then you're set up for success, and you won't have to deal with it again.
Yeah, I think partially for us because we're so in town. It's different than if we had been in the township. Like that would have been a lot
Township
easier.
would have been far, far easier. And
so we did spend $10,000 figuring out our idea was not going to be as. I mean, it would have worked, but we would have had to have forked over so much money at the front end.
Well, but
we saved ourselves money in the long run.
Well, but here's what I would say about that is because the city was literally, they weren't the sharpest bulbs in the box. There's a lot of things I could say about them. Let's just say they were incredibly incompetent. And so they led us down a rabbit trail, I feel like, which really didn't allow us. If they had come up front and said, this is exactly what we would want to have you do, we would have said no from the start. But what they did was they did not let us do that. And so we basically just threw money at something we did that would never have worked.
Right.
So anyway, we're here. And actually it's funny that this store, because it was an existing building, never had any planning or zoning stuff done to it.
Right. Because we didn't add on to the building.
We're in a weird agricultural exemption. So that made sense. But so we bought the property in 2020. Started the farm fall of 2020 into 21 and opened our bus in 2021, the spring of 21. And then... It was
kind of late summer, or wasn't it July?
Okay, it was maybe July.
Because we had a little tent out front for the beginning of that season. And then it was like, let's just get a bus.
Yeah. And we were also doing online orders too. And we did Market Wagon,
mm-hmm.
Which was like an on-farm delivery.
Yeah, that was really helpful at the beginning for us.
Correct. Yeah. And then we, 2023 is when the spring of 2023 is when we built this.
Mm-hmm. Because in the winter of 22,
we were just so busy to the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a line of people going out the front of the bus, and we said we need a store.
Mm-hmm.
But we were really blessed because we had a local contractor who literally was able to fit us in between some things, gave us a really good deal on a rate, and was able to knock this out and finish this up. And it's a gorgeous store. We can give you a little bit of a tour around it. Yes.
A county with no planning and zoning.
Yes, that's not a bad idea.
Sounds like the Wild West we kind of want.
Yes, exactly. And again, I understand, and as a city wanting to regulate the things in town, so I get that they need to make sure things are kept clean and smooth and appropriate and all that. It just does make it super challenging. Good to see you, Sean. Super challenging when you're a farm, because farms don't have a huge budget. Let's be up front. Farms are trying to squeak by. So that's where you may need to start with the farm stand. Once you make sure that idea works, then you start building to the farm store. We have friends of ours that are down in Tennessee, and they just broke ground on a several $1 million farm store, but they've been operating out of a tent for years. Absolutely doing a beautiful job in just a tent, and they're so excited about the new store they're going to have, and we're excited to see it because it's going to be really cool. But they spent years doing that, made this idea work, and now we're moving into that. So and yes, Katie in the Ozarks, you nailed it. Yes. You don't want a swine farm next to you with a lagoon. So we're going to give you a little bit of a tour here. So let's start this way. This is how we're going to do it. This is our door as people come in. So people come in off a porch, and we actually have our food truck off the other side of the porch, so you can't quite see it. But this is our front porch there. We have our little food truck over there. That's where our slushies are. Our CSA coolers over here, so CSA members pick up outside there. As they come in, and again, it's not set up, so obviously you can see a lot of things are empty and things like that. But this is one of the things we talk about frequently is hot corners, and so our wellness is a big seller for us, so that's why we put this here in one of the prime spots as people come in. And then people naturally flow. And so we also like to talk about flow in a store. So people naturally flow this way to our coolers, our wall of coolers. Now that wall of coolers, before we spent the money on that, was just reach-ins like we have over here. So we have the reach-ins over here. And so we had several of those as fridges in the store. And that was what we used until we did the bulk. Do you want to walk back there and just so the lights come on so they can see what that actually is? So these are reach-ins here, and I do want to point out that our team did not do a good job of closing these up. So we are going to have a little conversation about that. But the nice thing about this is that this allows the crew to stock from the back, customers to shop from the front, and you can see that got wiped out on Saturday. Wow, there's only a few bunches of stuff left. Salad got wiped out pretty good. But yeah, you can see how all these are great. And this was a very expensive project. But again, something we didn't need to start with. We started with just the reach-ins, and they were used reach-ins. They're relatively cheap, and that worked out quite well for us. We got another corner there, coffee, teas, things like that. Yeah, so this is actually something that, this is actually product in work. So this is going to turn into some of our salves. And one of the things we offer too are salves and our fire ciders. These are our fire ciders here. This is actually a product that we sell wholesale to farm stores. Actually, Polyface Farm Store carries our fire ciders. But yeah, and then this is checkout area. We have 2 checkouts, one here, one on the other side. That's the secondary backup.
Well, and we can sometimes fit 2 here and a third over there
for strawberry season.
Really
yeah, and then just another shelf over here. Now, one of the things we do want to upgrade significantly is some of our shelving. So we want to go to actually really better shelving so we can fit more things in. We know we can fit a lot more in if we were to go to better shelving. Correct. This needs to go bye-bye. Yeah. So yeah, as he said, it's a work in progress, one step at a time. But right now we have about 550 different items in the store, and with variations. Yeah, so this is something that every farmer should be doing, or every farm store should be doing, is their own honey sticks. We asked our honey person to do honey sticks, and he said, it wouldn't work. It's too much money. So I just bought a 5-gallon pail of honey off him. And now we 4X his honey from what it costs us to what we sell it for, including the cost of getting it sent out to get turned into sticks. So it's absolutely worth it to do that. But this is one of the investments we made as we kind of started figuring out the farm store. And we sell through about 4,000 sticks a year. It's crazy how many sticks we sell a year. But yeah, we sell through about 4,000 a year.
It's a sweet little thing to have right here, and the kids like them. And
well, it's that, and then we use. Someone's asking in the comments, what do you use to keep track of your inventory? We use the Square. We use Square for our POS, and we use Square for that. And then we also use their loyalty program, which allows us to give rewards. And so Honey Sticks is always on one of the reward tiers, so it's an easy way to get those moved out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, Square does all our gift cards, all that kind of stuff. So that's that's a good aspect as well. A couple things, that, and again, this is something we when we work with farmers on their stores, we talk to them about is the key items that they have in the store. And what we found is obviously our vegetables are huge for people. That's why they come and shop with us, especially our lettuce mix. And we try to have that 52 weeks out of the year. We do pretty close. And then another thing would be milk and eggs. So those are two items that we carry. Right now we're out of certified organic eggs. We've got enough of the conventional. We're out of local eggs.
And that was something we identified really quickly when we were on the bus. That we needed to be able to carry milk and eggs. Yeah.
And then we went to milk and eggs, and hamburgers, key. People do ground like beef, that. Ground beef. Yeah.
Breakfast sausage, if we can have it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
But it flies.
Yes.
And then our bakery.
Yep. A bakery as well. Yeah. So a bread, actually, that's like the second category typically every single week, if we have the production to fill it. So like this week we completely sold out of bread. That was a normal bake, right? Do we need to increase the bakes?
Yeah, we do. It was our baker's first week on, so we had 15 loaves at the beginning of the week, and then we increased it.
But we need to definitely push those. And there's interesting things in the store here because there's hidden profit centers you don't think about. Like right behind us is the drink cooler. That's where we have the kombuchas and
some poppies and olipop, cold brew coffee.
Yeah, stuff like
some ginger beer. Is there coconut water in there?
Yes, but that doesn't really sell. But that is something that when you look at the numbers at the end of the year, it makes enough money to cover, all the rent and stuff like that. It's just a quick upsell. So we've identified all the different areas for that and tried to kind of really maximize that as well. But yeah, so that's a nice thing as well.
Pars for the store? How do you?
Yes. So pars for the store is it's really all comes down to what the week before sold. So we now have enough data in the system that we can track what we sold last year that week as well as what we sold this year, the week before. And when they do their ordering, based on that. Mm-hmm. And then again, we try to be very careful with things that have very short shelf life. So if it has a 7-day or 10-day shelf life, we're going to be very careful about holding it. The milk we have, I think, is about a 2-week shelf life. And so we just always are rotating stock.
But then we know, like, strawberries are starting next week, or most likely we'll be picking.
Yeah.
So let's get
just
a
double
ton
everything.
Of chocolate milk.
Yes.
Like all the things.
Well,
that
yes, during strawberry season, chocolate milk sales triple because people are here just for the funsies of picking strawberries, and so they're just buying
fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Not like staples.
So the question is, what else we got here?
Got a lot of stuff at the top.
Lloyd is saying, what percentage of your farm sales are from the town you're in? What's your biggest margin items? So this is something, Lloyd, again, I'm very numbers driven.
Touchy subject, Lloyd.
And what the numbers showed is that we should not be in the town we are in, is that 90% of our customers are coming from outside our city. And
we could get a well-organized tornado and just plop us somewhere else.
We'd be happy about that. So again, we are making a lot of big conversations about that. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Does that mean we need to move the store? Does that mean we need to change up how do we make it more of an entertainment aspect. And we think with the food truck, adding the food truck, having a food truck on site will increase by pulling people here and make it a better reason for people to come. The other things we're adding is delivery and pickup through Square. And so we're just about really close. If you go to our website, you can kind of see that we've already started to implement that. Go to our front page of the website, middle column, click on that. You should be able to go in and actually kind of like shop the store and see all the items we carry.
But only if you live in
only if you live
around us.
Well, but they can still go see it, check it out. So those are some of the big things. Again, we're having a lot of big conversations right now because we now have multiple years of data which inform exactly what's going on with the business. But yes, we do have the store is Square, but our online store is Shopify because the online store is nationwide and we ship out about 10 to 12,000 orders every single year through that. And in all honesty, I don't want those two systems together. I want them separate because we're carrying very different items and I don't want to have to deal with the 500 orders a week that come through our retail store also online. So sometimes the inventory overlaps a little bit. We have to be careful about that. But it
really only comes into issues when we have those. Is it plants?
Plants in the spring.
It's not ever like the peaches or the oranges that we order in?
No, because typically those are pre-orders, but then we always just reserve enough stock to hold back for the store. So that works there pretty well too.
Like the blueberries we did.
So Lloyd, that is something that we are definitely looking at and trying to understand what that means for our business. And that's for our family too. I mean, we live on site and that, if you could pull us up on Google Maps, you'll see that our house is literally right by the road and everyone who wants to come into the property drives past us. And so that is tough on the family and the kids. Like today's Sunday, we're closed. We've never been open on Sunday except one day for one afternoon during strawberry season. And 3 cars just drove in because they wanted to see if we were open. And so, it's just that aspect of constant being around people can be a bit of a change. But again, we could put a chain up. We haven't. We'd like to drive out of our driveway without having to open a chain. So that's on us. Okay. Just trying to see whether we missed anything else here.
There was some stuff at the top.
I'm trying to get there. Yeah, keep the questions coming, folks. I think we're pretty good. All right. We do not use barn to door.
Oh yeah, that was a good question.
We've just never really had good luck with that. And customers that clients that we've worked with through our small farm university or other programs just haven't had good success there.
Sue asked how close we are to a grocery store. There's like the only place to
What's the definition of a grocery store? If you're talking Kroger.
Right. We're 10, 15 minutes from Kroger, right?
Yes.
And Aldi, Walmart.
Yeah. So we are privileged in the fact that we are very close to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But that means we have significant competition. Like the closest farm market is 5 minutes away. Yes.
Yeah.
They're not open year round. Well, they won't open year round. But I mean, we have decent. Aldi's is 12.
Yeah.
Aldi's is 12 minutes away. So we have significant competition. So what that means.
And we're not really on the way
to anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we're not in between big population centers. We're outside of that. So they have to come out of their way to come to us. Yeah. Unless they're going past us out further, and not a ton of people are doing that. So, but what that means is we have to differentiate ourselves. It's not like everyone's just coming to us because we're their only option.
Right. People have a lot of options.
People have a lot of options. That's
why we're not that far away from Whole Foods. We're not that far away from very good health food
stores.
Well,
and there's probably 10 or 12 good farm stands within 30 to 40 minutes. I mean, and good ones that grow their own sweet corn, that do a really good job.
Yeah.
Their own melons and such. So we have significant competition. But I think that's why when we have strawberry season, people just flock to us because no one else in our area does a decent job with strawberries.
Well, there's really not a lot of you-pick fruit around us.
Well, Berry Hill.
But how far away are they?
35 minutes.
You mean the blueberries or blooms and berries?
No, Blueberry Hill. Berry Hill because in Xenia. So it's not 45 minutes. Not 45 minutes away from us. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like we are population center, a lot of people, but we do have significant competition. So again, as long as you can differentiate yourself, and that's one of the things that you'll notice through our marketing is really talk about how we're different. It's not just about like, hey, we've got X. It's like, how is X different than everyone else?
And one of the reasons we have spent so much time developing the store, because that is part of what makes us different. Like, we're very vocal about the fact that none of our items have synthetic fragrances, or we don't have seed oils in any of our, well, that's not true. We do have one thing that has sunflower seed oil, but
yeah.
That's kind of part of our deal.
Do you charge for delivery? Tommy, we're just literally getting started with that. So
but yes, we will.
We will be starting charging for delivery. I mean, if it's over $50, it will be free. But if it's under that, so it's like $20 minimum. Over $50 will be free. And I actually think we'll start to get a lot of that way, because there's a fair amount of people that say that they just can't come to us. That was the biggest thing, is that we are too far away from them. So if we do delivery, I think they'll be more than happy to pay, especially as we keep our inventory up to date.
No live stream for anyone else, right?
No, we're live.
We are live.
Sean, go ahead and okay, so Constance is asking, how many staff do we need? It's less than you think.
Sounds massive and lovely. I will say that
staffing is the number
lovely.
one with any business that it has employees. Staff is the number one thing that is a challenge. We ran the bus as self-serve.
Every problem is a people problem.
Yes, literally.
Literally. Whether it's us or
so when we started, it was just self-serve, and we're actually moving back towards that, because we are looking at
it was self-serve, but there was a doorbell, and that thing could be hopping. And if the kiosk wasn't working, I'm having flashbacks as we speak.
Well, we did that time of the year, we didn't have a lot of staff. So now that we do have more staff, and they're relatively thing. So now, if we go back to self-serve, there will be always someone on the farm during the hours of operation. They just may not be in the store at that time. They'll be back floating behind. And we've already figured out the protocol. They're going to step up, welcome, tell them about the specials. We have a specific greeting that we work with our employees on to use. And they'll do that. And then they'll just say, hey, if you need me, press the doorbell. If you have any questions, just let me know. So that's kind of how we're going to move that. And that should, because right now we're averaging about 12% on the revenue from the store is our cost of labor for that. We would like to get that down to about 8%. And I think we can do that.
I will say that we obviously have more staff in the spring and summer, especially during strawberry season, because our strawberry field is sometimes not on the farm. We rent a farm about 5 minutes away. So we do need a little more support during those really busy times. But for these times in the winter, it just doesn't make sense to have a full staff.
Yeah.
But we've got, 5 people that work mostly full-time or part-time all year round. Like the people that were like, we're your employer all year round. Your hours may look different, or, whatever. But
in the store, again, we're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 5. So there's one person on all of those hours during the spring and summer. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, at least part of the day, you have 2 staff on. The other thing we're going to be implementing here, though, this winter is barcodes. So once we do move the barcodes, then we can scan items through the store, and that will speed up checkout. Because again, we're dealing with 550 items, you have to manually try to find those. That has slowed down
and
our
so
checkout system.
The error, like every time we look, we're like, what do you mean we sold these? We don't even have these right now. Like, why did they get sold?
Or someone was selling ranch dressing for 99 cents. That was a big one. That was a challenge. So again,
there's learning opportunity.
There's definitely some labor things we're addressing here. But in all honesty, the software is out there that you don't have to have it staffed. I want to point that out, is that you can, like, again, we ran the bus that we had $1,000 days where people would check themselves out.
But I think you also have to set yourself up with some kind of security. We have a lot of cameras. Robert has really been a huge help for that. They know Robert, right?
Yes, Robert did a session yesterday.
I thought I heard his dulcet tones.
Yes,
from the
he's very key for our operation being able to run. The reason you guys can stream and hear us and all that is because Robert set the Wi-Fi up properly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Cindy, we do have a closed sign at the top of the driveway, and people just drive on by and they ask, "Are you guys closed?" And we're like, you drove by the closed sign. Anyway,
my favorite that happened not that long ago was somebody drove in past the closed sign, got out and was gonna shop for pumpkins on a Monday. Remember this?
Yes.
And I was like, "Hey, we're closed," and she was like, "Oh, I saw that sign, but I didn't see a chain, so I just came on in."
And then she was asking for a deal.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Well, do you have any deals on pumpkins?" And I'm thinking, unless this lady wants to hand me a $20 bill on Halloween for a bunch of pumpkins, no deals.
So that is another question too, is consignment versus bringing things in wholesale.
Yeah.
That is we have 3 different ways we deal with that.
Which is maybe not a good thing.
No, it's good because there's different reasons for every single one.
Sure.
And that's another topic for another day. It's a little bit convoluted in how we deal with all that. But what I will say is that when we bring things in, we like to mark things up between 30 and 50%. Depends on the product. If people do consignment, it's 10 to 20% depending on the product. So, and then we have. Do we know what Rosebuds charges on consignment?
Ooh, no, I do not. Not off the top of my head.
Rosebuds is she does like seasoning mixes and all of that, but she brought her own display in. She does her own inventory. She just sends an invoice once a month. So it's super, super easy for us. And when it's super easy for us, then we're more than happy to give them more of a cut.
She's also just an angel.
Yeah, she's a wonderful person. She does a fair amount of co-packing for us as well. So we've moved now to doing, again, off-farm production for that kind of stuff, co-packing, which allows us to focus on what we do best here, which is grow food and educate people about food and sell food. Yeah. Jane is asking how much the honey sticks sell at. We sell them for 99 cents each, 3 for $1.99 or 10 for $4.99, and they cost us 17 cents to the farm, basically.
That includes
the honey cost.
Yeah, the honey and the shipping and
the processing.
Getting it done.
Yeah, so that probably is our highest margin item, one of our highest margin items.
Yeah.
Do we sell eggs other than chicken? Yes, we do. Do we sell duck eggs for a bit there at the beginning?
For a very small amount of time.
And people just didn't.
Nobody wanted duck eggs.
But they do go for quail eggs.
These quail eggs are flying. And it's fun because you'll see the kids come in with the moms and they're like, "Oh."
That's so fun. Yes.
Yeah, and they are really fun.
Yes, they are.
Our kids love them.
Shannon Hayes, what's your cost of production on the strawberries? That is a whole nother hour and a half conversation.
But don't you have a strawberry success course?
Yes, we have a course all on that will go through that specifically for you.
And I mean, I know I'm not biased, but it's good.
The course or or how we grow the
No, how we grow the strawberries is good. But I guess I haven't watched every single second of the course, but from just like kind of an outside perspective, people who take that course then go on to have their own strawberry you pick, and it's very successful.
Yeah.
People
we do a good job.
Strawberries are like in his blood. He bleeds strawberries.
I don't know, but we talk
tomatoes.
About them an awful lot. I could care less about tomatoes.
Most of our year thinking about strawberries.
We do, yes.
We make major life choices.
Kathy, what varieties do we not grow? It really comes back to the where you are in the country, what your growing zone is, what your soil type is like. We on the farm this year we're growing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main varieties, and then we're testing 2 varieties. So a total of 7 varieties this year. Obviously our favorite, it's an industry wide favorite is Chandler. We've been growing that for 25 years.
You just can't beat a Chandler.
You just can't. You can't beat a Chandler.
And we have done extensive taste tests.
And extensive research. Yes, we've taken one for the team multiple times, stuffed our
We have-
bellies with
we have done it
strawberries.
for you.
I think some of the favorite pictures we have is a couple of years ago when we literally were all out in our jammies on a Sunday morning, and we were all just going through the fields and trying. It was the end of the season. The fields were pretty much picked clean, but there was a few left. And we were just sampling and going after, which do we like this one? Do we like this one?
The kids are like, this one tastes like a grape. This one tastes like a
Yeah.
whatever.
So obviously, Chandler, and then we build a program around that. Maybe you're going to add some under the end with Galetta's on the early side. So you might start with Galetta and then move in. And now Ruby June is also pretty popular, but some people are just ditching that one completely.
Why?
They
can sometimes taste amazing, and sometimes they're duds. I will say.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, yes. And you really want them ripe before you pick them. You have to pick them ripe. They hold up really well in the rain. That's one of the reasons we're growing more of them this year. So there's so many varieties out there.
But Chandler's our rider guy.
Yeah, and we do annual bed system where we plant in the fall and harvest in the spring, and I think that is key for our success, incredibly key for our success.
Yes.
So we don't do any spring planted berries at all. What are the hours for the store? We're open 10 through 6, Tuesday through Friday, Saturday 9 to 5. Now, people have repeatedly asked us to be open on Monday. And so we're debating whether to go back to being open on Monday. And is it just because a lot of people shop on Mondays? Does a lot of people do their shopping for the week on Monday?
Maybe. I don't really know. Because my hesitancy, our Tuesdays are usually pretty busy.
Very busy.
Because we're not open on Mondays. So I'm like, are we just going to exchange a busy Monday for a busy Tuesday? And I'm of the persuasion at this particular point in my life that we're going to do what works best for us. You know what I mean?
Yes, but if we're losing money on sales, then...
if we were just self-serve those days because people want to come in and pick up, their basics or whatever, that's totally fine. It could be that Monday's just a popular get your shopping done for the week kind of day.
Yeah. Do we have types of security? So if you watched Robert's session with us yesterday, Robert and I show exactly what we have for cameras and stuff. We've got a camera behind the counter here. We've got a camera across that catches people on the backside. We've got a camera as they come in and
all over the farm. The parking lot, the driveway.
Yeah, so there's 4 main cameras that deal with the farm store.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously additional ones around the
I would say the only place we don't have a camera that could be potentially helpful is on the porch. Like we don't have a camera on our CSA cooler.
Yeah.
But we haven't run into a ton of issues.
Yes. Yeah.
That we know of anyway.
Well, no, it's interesting. I think we can track it back because we're staffed.
Mm-hmm.
People catch most of the things that go on.
Mm-hmm.
During strawberry season, get a little dicey. That's why
Mm-hmm.
you have multiple people running checkouts.
Mm-hmm.
We've only had one confirmed instance of where we felt someone was stealing. There's been other times where money's coming up missing. And again, I could be the problem there because sometimes I have to pay a vendor and I forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that way. I believe they fixed the giveaway link. Stephanie, can you double check that? Tommy, the special greeting. So it's usually a 3-part. Welcome them to the store. You want to elicit a positive response from the customer. So that's why you typically ask how they're doing or something like that, because 95% of the time people are going to give you a positive response there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go into just talking about any specials. It's typically the phrase is, just so you know, our fire cider is buy a 16 ounce, get a 2 ounce for free today. And new item in the store is organic sweet potatoes from the farm up the road.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third part of that greeting is, was there anything particular you were looking for today?
Yes, that's my favorite.
Yes, because that, and if it's something that we don't have, the crew is required to write it down. So that's the 3-part greeting. That helps us instantly get inside their mind of why they're here, what they're trying to do, and let them know what's hot or popular.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's just so you know, we're sampling our farm-made pesto today. It's made with our farm basil and garlic and organic olive oil. Something like that.
And sometimes when it's busy, you kind of, if you're checking someone out and there's a line, you don't necessarily always have time to do those greetings and have those conversations. So I mean, in times it's been really busy, I'll just kind of chat with people like, what brought you in today? Or like, thanks for coming out. Or like, oh, look at this. Like, oh, did you also know that we have this that would go great with that or whatever, you know?
Well, that's just and that's one of the things I think we struggled in the last couple of months with is when, like last year, we had fabulous staff that was really good at the sales side of it. And they took pride in upselling our customers. And this year we've struggled with some of the staff. And they're just like here to put in the hours. And so we are working currently to find people that are really excited about pushing the products in the store.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Some of it, sells itself. But for the most part, you also need to like put pieces together for each other.
Right here. This is a local crushed wheat product. And it's a little bit more expensive. And people are like, okay, so why should I pay that much for a noodle? Well, it's crushed wheat. Crushed wheat means that it doesn't lose the nutrients like regular flour does. You can't even call it flour. You have to call it crushed wheat. Again, that's a whole conversation. That's a whole education aspect of things. And so that's absolutely something that needs to be educated, needs to be communicated to customers. People are asking, what's your primary best marketing channel? The primary best marketing channel is where your customers are. Our customers are typically on Facebook or Instagram. And so we focus primarily on Facebook, but then we move into Instagram, but that is only the top layer. And that's the other thing that we're really good at is pulling people into our world and then being able to remarket to them. I call it indoctrinate. My wife says I can't use that word.
I said that recently.
I think you've given up. Re-educate, just help them learn about
brainwash
real food.
Yeah.
But what we pull them in from Facebook, and then when we get them into the store, we add them to our system. That means they're going to be on our text and our email system. And so then we're doing a weekly email, 2 weekly texts, and sometimes we'll do special emails as well. So this year we started offering turkeys for the first time from a local semi-pasture, non-GMO. It's a good product. It's not the best product I'd like to see, but it's a great product. It's a good product. And we didn't think I thought I would sell like 5 or 6. We sold like 30 turkeys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because actually when I think about all the ones that came, a bunch came over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we sold like 30 turkeys. So, nice. And then we haven't even gotten we still have 10 days out. I'm sure people will be calling about us. Calling about them too.
Do you have a turkey?
Yes, because that always happens. But we will bring in some additional ones for that. So, that's the kind of, I never even put a Facebook post about turkeys.
Oh, wow. That was just in the
newsletter? I just did it through a text, and I did it through the newsletter. Yes, so 2 different places. Another question, are all your products from our local store, from other local businesses? So we have 4 different places we source, of levels we source.
Criteria.
First is local and organic. If we can get local and organic, that's going to be the only product in the store. So if we can get organic sweet potatoes from Mile Creek Farm, a farm up the road, they are the only ones in the store. We love them to pieces. They do a great job, good product, great price, and we love offering that. The next one is going to be local. And we do have some farms that are local that will bring in melons from them if possible.
Sweet corn from them.
Apples. But one of the things we are very passionate about is non-GMOs. We will not bring in GMOs. No. So a farm called me this summer and had a great deal on corn, but I was like, what variety are you guys using? He told me the variety, and I knew it was a GMO variety, and just said, hey, next year, and we'd be more than happy to buy from you. We're looking for a new corn source. We'd love the source from you. So that is that.
The next criteria
would be typically organic. Yeah. And so we will bring in organic, like avocados from across the country. We brought in organic grapes this year for the first time. And again, they were very expensive. People loved them. We brought it in because we're really short another fruit. So we brought that in.
And we're always kind of just trying different things.
We want to be the best shopping experience for our customer at this point. So there's a lot of reasons you might offer a farm store. Some people be like, I only sell what I grow. That is 100% fine.
Yes, it is.
If you want to do that, go for it. Our thing has been, how can we make it easier for our community and our customers to eat organic food? And so that's why we are expanding the variety of things we offer, because that's our mission. And we don't want our customer to have to come here and then go to like 6 other places to shop.
Right.
So we offer from, I think, 45 different vendors, local eggs. We have 3 different vendors for local eggs. We have a certified organic one. We have a certified organic one that's on pasture. We have a non-GMO one. And we also have just a conventional free range egg one as well. During the price hikes on eggs in last year, we were the cheapest place around. But we beat Kroger. We beat all
Literally,
these.
people were just coming for eggs.
Just for eggs. Yeah.
I think the one we could improve on our milk offerings. We are a
Yeah.
raw herd share milk pickup, and we offer a local dairy, like a milk. They have an A2 and just a regular whole milk, and they're great people, and they've been so great to work with. But I do think it could be good for us to have just like a purely organic milk option.
Yeah, Snowville does offer that. Why don't we carry that?
Organic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could totally.
Snowville organic? Yes, they are organic. Go check. Now I'm freaking out. They're absolutely, they are organic, right?
They're A2 grass-fed.
So they're grass-fed, not certified organic.
Yeah, they're not GMO, they're grass-fed.
Okay.
Women-owned.
Okay.
Ohio proud.
So it's Ohio, women-owned, non-GMO, grass-fed, but not certified organic.
Yeah.
And again, guys, certified organic is just another label as far as I'm concerned. Gets you only so far.
Which is why we're like, it's not the end all be all.
Correct. Yeah. So that's kind of where we are with sourcing. Now, we love sourcing from small. We will prioritize small farms over corporate. Like we have 2 places we could buy cider from. One is one of the oldest you pick apple orchards, and he's low spray, and he's an hour away. But we prioritize him over another one that's closer because we just would rather support the smaller farm, not the corporate, equity-owned farm. So. What would you say our biggest frustration is?
Our biggest frustration?
Honestly, people. I mean, I think, again, if you talk to any business owner, they're always going to talk about building a rock star team is the hardest. And we have some rock star members, which are fabulous. We love the pieces.
And we have had a lot of wonderful people. And so
have just moved on for one reason or another.
And it's not necessarily, farms are fast moving, very seasonal, lots of change. Our farm in particular has been stressful the last year. So that you're just going to lose people in that. And I try not to take it personally. And
again, farms are not, aren't breaking in the money and aren't, they don't have a high margin so that you are, struggling to pay. I mean, we pay well, I have to say, for our area. Cause like I'll watch like retail jobs and stuff, on the Indeed and such. And we pay well, but again, we don't offer health insurance. We do offer a PTO policy now, paid time off policy.
Yeah,
so
we were able to start that.
Yes. Yeah.
But I would say our biggest frustration is people, and mine is probably just margin.
Yes.
And that could also be people related to some extent, It's like you work really hard and then you're just like, oh, we don't have, because we're year round, we don't take any breaks. We don't have any time off of the go.
And that's a problem.
I remember Renata when she worked for us, she was like, I don't know who doesn't take January off,
Yes.
And so I'm like, yeah, Renata.
Yes. Yeah. How much work does it go to barcodes? It's the biggest thing is like we have all our labels in the computer to print out. So it's going to be going through Square, issuing the barcode, downloading it, uploading it to the label, and then starting to print it that way. And then we have every single item that does have a barcode needs to have that number uploaded as well. So it'll probably take our team about one person about 2 weeks, in all honesty, to go through every item in the store and make that happen. And
then it will just be putting barcodes on as things come in. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that will, as we label things, the barcode will now just be on the label.
Oh,
it'll automatically be on the label, but you just can't mess it up.
I'm just thinking about all the other little things that we get in, like the Rome sticks.
Well, these things I already have a barcode as far as I'm concerned.
So we just put those in there. Gotcha.
Yeah. So all she has to do is enter that number.
Gotcha.
Or scan it, and it will upload it automatically.
Perfect.
And now like this product doesn't have it. So
No.
we'll have to create our own.
But those we can just have behind the desk too.
Well,
you know?
yes. I mean, if you go to like any grocery store, they have a book
Yep.
and they just pull it up and they just scan for those types of products.
Yeah.
Yes. So how do you find people to hire or help you?
You pray to God. Send us the people, Lord.
Indeed. We try to, we pay our employees a bonus so they can send us a good person. And then through our email list, we will advertise through our email list and our Facebook list.
But also prayer.
But also, yes. And yes.
There have been, I'm just going to speak for myself. There have been 2 times that I have prayed for something specific, and it was sweet that it was delivered in the form of a person going, yeah, I would like to devote my life to this.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about your farm store? The biggest thing is that we don't go anywhere. We love staying home. We're homebodies. I love the aspect that the food travels sometimes 25 feet to people's mouths from where it was harvested.
I love
it's amazing.
That.
Yeah. I spent 10 years, 11 years doing farmers markets. We actually have an entire course on farmers markets. We systematized more farmers markets. We did, we do $5,000 to the farmers markets.
They were beautiful.
Yes. I mean, like people would steal pictures of our stand to put in magazines. It was that good. But we now have a store and we couldn't be happier because Saturday mornings, instead of, up at 4 a.m. loading 3 trucks, my back is hurting, unloading, all that stuff. I get up, I have a few things I need to do. I come out, we have this team and I have a little powwow about how we're going to staff the store and how we're going to stock it, what the focus is going to be. And then, I go about my day. And Saturdays are actually a day now that I'm floating around the store, talking to customers, that sort of thing, but I also can get my own projects done a lot of times because during the week I'm working with the team. Saturdays is kind of like I have to fix a greenhouse heater. That's when I can really focus in on that and not have to work with the team.
Mm-hmm. I will say that we've also talked about how frustrating people are, but one of my favorite things is connecting with customers and just the people. This really has been, it's not constant, but there's nothing that makes me happier than seeing people just kind of like meandering out of the store or like we're all just talking. Like that day we had that candy buyback, there was 10, 15 people. The kids are just kind of playing around, and there's not a ton of those third spaces where people can just kind of meet and mingle and be.
And that's
providing that has huge.
Yeah, and that's the direction we're moving towards, and that's where we're making more of a destination. So, once we have the food truck up and running, once that we have a customer engagement area, we built a pavilion this year. And so when that is fully operational, we're still working on all the details around that. When that's fully operational, our goal is to have some animals on the farm. And so, people will come, they'll spend an hour, get some food from the food truck, shop for their groceries, kids play and go from there. So that's really the goal, is what we're looking to create.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
But our least favorite thing about the farm would also be the people. not
certain people,
not
certain
everybody,
customers. Everyone has a customer they'd love to fire.
You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Please stop your child from pulling up our freshly planted blueberries or whatever.
Yep. Or stripping the blueberries off the plants. Yes.
When your kids come in furious and have nickname, I'm like, oh gosh, guys,
that's not good.
We gotta.
We don't use a special certain software for consignment. It's literally just added into the system. When someone brings product in on consignment, it just goes in the Square. They have to check with the person. They will check it all in, and then we can just send in a report at the end of the month of exactly what sold for inventory, and that's where they go. Lloyd, we will use Square for self-checkout, but there is Square has something they can use for that, but we have another program called Kiosk Buddy, which we used before. We really like it, works great. And so we've reconfigured that again, and we're just going to go ahead and use that again.
It was a little glitchy sometimes.
Well, no, it didn't have a search feature, and now it does. They finally updated that, yes.
Awesome.
No, Danielle. We are lucky that we have another business that does bring in some revenue for us. And so, again, starting any business can be very expensive. We put a tremendous amount of money and infrastructure into the business right to this point. So we kind of don't do things any slow. We do it fast. And so we just, we poured a tremendous amount of money into this business.
Michael does things fast. I might slow down.
Yeah.
That was me.
So, so it, but yeah, I mean, I'm chronically unemployable.
Psychologically
not
unemployable. Chronically, psychologically.
So I have to be working for myself. But yeah, I mean, the business, we grew with the understanding that we wanted the business to support us within 5 years. Because again, it's not a little business. It has, employees. I mean, our payroll every 2 weeks is over 5 figures. And, again, you don't have to get to that scale, but we wanted to be to that scale because there were some other aspects of that we wanted to make work. Well, we wanted to be able to take a weekend off and have employees run the farm for us, which we can do. We wanted to be able to, if one of us was sick or something, the other spouse be able to take care of the kids and not have to, worry about that. So that's where having some staff and having some key team players. So the business had to be a size to make that work for us. And again, that may not be your goals. And again, I
think we did have big goals. You wanted to see if it was possible.
Yes.
To do a certain scale of business within a short amount of time.
Yes.
And I think that was interesting and cool. There was probably some extra burnout that could have been alleviated by staff and us.
It's going slower.
If we had gone slower, but Michael likes a big challenge, and so we just kind of went after it. But we also are trying not to lose our minds, and because we still would like to raise 4 healthy children and be happily married for the most part.
Yes. Yeah. What is co-packing? Co-packing is
the dream. I want to be a co-packer.
So this is our fire cider bottle right here. And as you can see on it, it does say right here in very small letters, produced by, it says produced by Rosebuds Ranch and Garden LLC at a specific location. So basically she has our recipes, she has our process, we deliver the ingredients, and then we just get bottles.
Sometimes too.
Well, she'll pick them up and then we just get bottles back like this. So it's our recipe, our process, our everything, a proprietary aspect.
So she uses her certified.
But she uses her certified, ODA, FDA inspected area and processes it for us. So it allows us to just be focused on the R&D of the product and not have to deal with managing an entire, basically.
Because we tried that and we did that. We did it. But it was
a lot of work. And again, we know there's certain things on the farm that you need to specialize on and be good at. And this was one of there was expenses in that we didn't want to have to deal with. So we didn't have to continue to build out a kitchen for them. So,
and we have an awesome option like Amber.
Yes, we do it. Yeah, she's a great partner. And willing to do whatever we need. So that is
because
helpful.
She believes in what we're doing. She's not doing the farming side of things. So
yes,
everyone's trying to stay in their lanes,
Yeah. Our eggs on Consignment. Yeah, that's what honey stick looks like. You may need to hold it up there longer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. So it's literally a stick of honey.
And you just bite open the ends.
Or
and
trim it with
suck
scissors.
The honey out.
Yeah.
They're also really nice if you're a tea person, just taking this with you. Anyways,
yes. Eggs are not on consignment because we sell so many eggs.
Yeah.
I mean, we sell
a tremendous amount of eggs.
200 to 300 dozen a week at least.
Yeah.
150.
Oh, I'm like
200, 350, 350, 400 dozen a week.
Yeah, for sure. People do undervalue their value-added items. I would totally agree. Yeah.
How large is our strawberry patch? This year we'll do about 2 acres. And then that will be flipped into other crops by June 15th. So basically, as soon as the strawberries are done, they go through, they twist the plants out. We come down with the transplant and plant right down through the beds. All our fall, winter squash, our pumpkins, our melons, watermelons, all of that. So we'll do about 1 acre of those as well.
How do we offer sampling?
sampling.
Well, we'll do different samples throughout the.
Yeah.
Like we'll do. I think the nice ones are when we use our peppers and carrots and cucumbers and sample, chickpea chicks hummus or something like
or
that.
New chip. We've done
we've done
new chips. We
chips.
have that new. Are they out? They're sold out, I think.
The shagbark chips.
Yeah.
Are they?
They're not over there anymore.
Okay.
So
we haven't sampled the beefy tallow chips because
they do
those
not need
things
sampled. They do not need sampled.
And if they don't sell, Michael and I would happily eat them.
Yes.
We do keep test bottles of our fire cider. I've said that to like everybody in the last 3 weeks. I'm like, if you want to taste it, we have a sample bottle.
Yeah.
Because
so I mean, we source as local as possible for our products. If there's a local chip, we'll use a local chip. If there's not, we'll go a little further.
Well, but here, like potato chips is a great example. There are tons of potato chips that are made in Ohio, like a lot.
Yes, there are actually.
There are.
But they're bad.
But they're full of garbage. So we are not going to buy those. So we went and got Roots potato chips, which are made with avocado oil, but they're grown in Idaho.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which
we've got
people sometimes
Jackson
think Ohio is
chips.
Idaho.
We got the Jackson sweet potato chips,
Mhm.
which are again another good one there.
Yeah.
The beefies are made in New Hampshire, actually.
Right.
But again,
they're not organic.
They're not, but they are tallow.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're just really good.
They are actually.
So again, if they're, but it's so like actually with the local potato chips, we actually break one of our rules, which is no seed oils, because the sunflower sundries lady.
It's a corn chip.
It's a corn chip.
But she grows her own sunflowers.
And she does it in sunflower oil. Yeah. And so, but we're like, it's local. She grows everything herself, but it is sunflower.
We're like, could you do tallow? And she's like, no. And we're like, okay.
Yeah. We should be doing a guest book. Someone was talking about people having them write little notes to you as the farm and then just post them on the wall. And I think that'd be really cool. It's just that whole wall up there, little notes of people.
That would be really sweet.
So I think we will do that. Kathy, what do you do with all the products that are not saleable? Mark them down is the first thing. So if we have a product that we're going to bring in, we'll bring in a few. We'll try it. And again, typically we'll ask for samples, and then Savannah and I are very picky. And we're kind of foodie, so we kind of know what our customers will want. And
or at least what we're willing to eat.
Yes. And so then we'll go from there. And we've had a few things that didn't sell.
I think it kind of depends on what the product is. Like if it's our produce, we obviously have a second section where staff can take whatever they want. We have a center called the Dream Center, which is pretty close to us, and a gentleman who's a dear family friend of ours who will just pick stuff up. If it's really just chicken food, we have plenty of people who will take things for their chickens.
That's why you need a high margin on produce.
Yes. But then there was a while kefir kept going out of stock, and
we just stopped carrying it. We just couldn't sell enough kefir to make it worth it.
1 or 2 people faithfully came in and bought it, but it wasn't enough to stock it. So that kind of stuff can be a little tricky.
But if we have milk that's getting close to expiration, that should never happen because they should be rotating.
But there's 2 back there right now. And for those, we can take them now to our bakery and use them in cinnamon rolls and scones and all the things that we might use milk for.
And actually, technically, we could go back to making yogurt if we wanted to. Kathleen's fine with that.
Wow.
Yeah. Our food inspector is
Kathleen.
Yes. She's former FDA. She is the real deal. She knows her code. Mm-hmm. I know my code too. So we have a good time chatting.
I think you guys are they're vibing. Oh no. I've not really had to interact with her much.
No.
Michael's been like, oh, I got this.
Yes.
I'm like,
well, it's interesting because I'm former FSMA. So I trained the trainer on FSMA. So I know my food safety very well. And
but not well enough to get a prosecuting judge off our back. I'm just kidding. That's a different talk. That is
a different discussion. Yes. That is a very different discussion we can do. But anyway, yes. But we could do that with that. So that's the thing. There's this right here is a 2-hour conversation. And unfortunately we could go, it is after 9:00. We're supposed to go live for an hour. There is literally, oh my gosh, another 30 or 40 questions here that we're not going to be able to get to tonight.
Oh, we could go a little longer because we didn't start until after 8.
So, yes. But I want to kind of finish this specific question because it's a really good question.
Yeah.
we do mark stuff down. So we'll check dates, and if like 2 to 3 days beforehand, we'll start marking it down to at least cost, and so we're not losing money on it. I don't think we've ever asked a vendor to take product back unless it was actually bad.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Or they delivered it with like within 5 days of date. Like sometimes we got a chip that was old, and we're like, guys, we just can't take this.
Yeah, we can't turn that around that fast.
So we'll do that. Sampling, typically, if at the end you just can't get rid of it, you can sample it sometimes to try to move it faster. Put it in a deal. So like, hey guys, this is, we've got this plus this for a special price. And so you get people to kind of take it with them. But I think the other thing is, because we now have a bakery truck, we have a thing, we can literally say, oh, we've got extra this, let's move this out.
Yep.
So that's what I think the important thing there is, just to try to use it up. Having a prepared kitchen is so key. I think every farm needs to have one. Unfortunately, it's very challenging to make it happen. That's why I went to the food truck. That's a whole other discussion as well.
Yeah.
I did want to go back to a question, because someone was asking, like, local, what's local for you guys? So like, we want to carry organic cranberries, because organic cranberries are part of any good Thanksgiving. So unfortunately, the ones we have right now are from Massachusetts. Well, we literally just found another farm that's in, I believe, Michigan. Wisconsin, yes. So Wisconsin is closer to us than Massachusetts. So we will be shifting our purchasing up to Wisconsin, because it's organic, it was cheaper, and it's a lot closer for us. So it's keeping those food miles a little bit shorter. But in all honesty, guys, it makes sense. When you run the numbers, it makes sense to bring some of those products in. I mean, we do huge money in peaches. And with this year's the first year we did organic peaches into the store.
Which sold way
better than we thought we would. Yes.
So much better. Not the boxes, but just small
the individuals. We bring in citrus. So right now we're in our massive citrus buy. Our shipment, one of our first shipments should come in next week. And it's mind-blowingly amazing citrus, direct from the farm. They're vine ripened or tree ripened, never gassed, never, dyed.
And they're just delicious.
They're absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then what's the other big one? We do a big syrup pre-order for our customers.
We did blueberry pre-orders for the first time this year. And that
worked really well too. Yes.
The only unhelpful thing was that you had to drive to northern Indiana.
Yes, it was literally a
9 hour, 10 hour day.
4 hours each way to go get them.
Yeah.
We basically took our transit, turned it into a refrigerator or a freezer, because we brought frozen black blueberries back. I think this year we'll probably just go up. We'll try to go up in the wintertime. And so it's naturally frozen already.
If we need more.
Yes, we don't need more. We need less. But so that was interesting too. That was something that we thought. So we sold 100 boxes immediately of fresh blueberries. Went up and got them, came back, sold out.
10-pound boxes.
And literally oversold them. And so our customers got mad at us. So I had to go back up and get more. And then we ended up sitting on a whole bunch of frozen, because no one wanted 10 pounds of frozen. So I just one day was walking to the store and said, well, what if we repackaged from a 10-pound box to a 1-pound box? Want to get one of those 1-pound boxes we've got? Do we have any left? We got 2 left. And now we're selling 10 to 20 boxes a week of the little 1-pounders. And so again, we're making the margin, because, all right, so this is $6.99. It's 1 pound. The
10-pound box
is 47. So they're paying, and the box is 23 cents. So it absolutely pays for us to go ahead and repackage.
And these are nice because they reseal really well.
Yes.
Because I feel like if you take a handful out for a smoothie or yogurt.
Yeah. And we could go ahead and use a stand-up pouch for all of this, and that would work too. We have those. But this is the customer. So that's the other thing.
Because that's what we put our cranberries in too, yeah.
Well, the cranberries was the other thing I wanted to show.
Oh.
So, and again, this is the kind of stuff that you've got to do to just keep staying on top of it. This is 1 bag of cranberries. This is another thing of cranberries. Which do you think sold better? Yes. So we put both of them out next to each other. We sold 6 of these to 1 of these. Now, the bag is 5 cents. This is 23 cents. So I wanted to use these because it's less plastic. Customer wants the nice fancy one. And again, this is resealable, so I understand that. But
That's 5 cents.
5 cents. But again, sometimes you got to spend money to make money.
It's true. Murals on the walls would be really fun.
All right, so there you go, guys. That is, yes, we do want murals on all the walls. We have talked about that. We are building a grain bin that we're going to use to dry herbs right by the road. And we're still trying to figure out exactly what mural that's going to go on it, but it's going to be cool. I can tell you that. Let's see. Yeah, I think we are going to have to, sometimes, guys, you do need that. You can find co-packers. I will say, this has taken time to build the network of people that we have to make the farm run.
It's relationships.
Oh, it's absolutely relationships.
And I think even for, in this case, it's them honing in their own need, like their own path, like, oh, this is what I want to do in a way that can be helpful. There's so much that happens when you start the ball rolling, but it does take time.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair? I mean, it's
yeah. No, I mean, if we could not have scaled this fast.
No, but she wasn't at that scale either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Amber couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But our citrus people, the trucking, refrigerated trucking across the country is incredibly challenging. We've now found somebody who's reasonably good.
But still,
it's
we've had
challenging.
plenty of times where people are like, you said.
We lost.
I know.
Last year, we lost 4 pallets of citrus. It just disappeared. No one knew where it was. We eventually found it again in a refrigerated warehouse. We got it here. It was fine, but there was a few hours there that we were all freaking out. Because citrus is expensive.
How do you just lose 4 pallets of citrus?
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, I do want to say we do have a survey that I think Stephanie has put into there. If you guys could fill that out, that would be amazing. So again, we want to support you guys through your on-farm sales journey. And there's a lot of ways that we do it here. I mean, we obviously have the UPIC, we have the farm store. We had some great speakers in the summit. So if we can bring them back to educate you guys further, that'd be something we'd be excited about doing. So go ahead and fill out that survey. That will help us help you guys better. And then I know we are supposed to also do a giveaway too. So I was told to do that as well. And I think she is just literally going to go ahead and drop those into the chat because I don't have them here. So Stephanie will drop those in the chat. And yes, there we go. Stephanie did drop those in. So if you guys were one of the winners, please go ahead and reach out to Stephanie at hello@growingfarmers.com. And she will go ahead and get you hooked up with it. And I actually don't even think you can get that right away because it's Joel's brand new book. I didn't even know he had one out.
Ooh.
We were sitting down with him.
That's the Emancipation?
No, it's the Pulpit or something. Not released till January. It's called the Pasture Pulpit, maybe. I don't know what it is. Stephanie will tell us. Pitchfork Pulpit.
Joel.
He didn't even tell us that because we were at the last Rogue Food with him in September. And well, unfortunately, you only have so much time to chat. And we had a lot happening in our lives, so Joel really wanted to sit and chat about that.
He said we were special, but we're not sure exactly what he meant.
So anyway, we just didn't get a chance to talk about his book, which I was really disappointed by because I'm excited for it. But yeah, Heather, glad that you enjoyed the summit. Thank you so much. Again, it was not me. It was absolutely our team, Bree, Cassandra, Stephanie. They're gold, and they made this happen. This was literally the least stressful summit I've ever had, and it was because they took the stress, and they let me run the farm. So I thanked them, and Bree says she's blushing, so she should be.
We will rope her back in, whether she likes it or not.
Somehow. Somehow. But all right, well, I appreciate you all hanging out with us, and we enjoyed having the summit, sharing all this information with you. Again, we really feel on-farm production is the best way, and on-farm sales is the best way, because again, farmers markets can be taken away, restaurants can close, CSA locations can stop, but if you have a set up good on-farm system, your customers come back again and again, and that's the most consistent. It's the most efficient of systems a lot of times for the farm. Now again, People will say farmers market allows you to concentrate customers and go to one spot. We think just bring them to the farm, because I think the aspect of the farm that so many people miss is the education aspect of getting people onto the farm. There's so many healing aspects that can happen. People walk out, walk the fields, learn about the bugs and the bees and the birds and all that stuff that's going on out there. So
it is a symphony of things that's happening on a farm, and people can feel that when they walk out into it. And they say that, and we are not in a peaceful location. We've got trains all around us and cars, and it's busy, but it feels, people
so
say,
much more peaceful
are like,
than
oh,
what could be.
So this is a haven. And they're like, yes, it is.
So, all right. Well, we'll talk to you all later. And again, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Bye.